Hello and welcome to Bigfoot News Archive. I'm your host, Greta Sightings. Our mission is simple: to bring you authentic newspaper reports from around the world, original accounts of alleged Bigfoot encounters, preserved exactly as they were written by those who claim to witness them. This channel is for both skeptics and believers alike. We don't embellish or reinterpret these stories. Instead, we present them as they originally appeared, along with the historical context in which they were published. Long before the internet, strange encounters were already being documented, printed in newspapers, and shared across continents. Today's account comes from Reno Evening Gazette, published in Reno, Nevada on July 16, 1889. It details a reported encounter with a 7-foot-tall, hairy creature on the banks of the Tugalo River in Oconee County, South Carolina. The news story was originally published by the Clarksville Advertiser located in Georgia. The headline reads, "A monster animal. He was 7 feet high, covered with hair, and walked erect." The story begins. During the time the Indians were in the South, a hunting party established a camp east of Tugalo River in what is now Oconee County, South Carolina, says the Clarksville, Georgia Advertiser. One day they all went hunting, leaving a deer they had killed the evening previous at the camp. At night, when the Indians returned to the camp, the deer was gone, and the next day the same thing was repeated, when they concluded to leave an old Indian to guard the camp and see what went with their deer. That day, the old Indian saw a monster animal come and carry off the deer, and was afraid to make any attempt to kill the monster, which was about 7 feet high and walked erect like a man, hairy all over, and its mouth was in the chin and great claws on the fingers and toes. The next day, all 7 of the Indians stayed at the camp, and as usual, the monster came, gathered up the deer, and started off when one of them fired at it, the ball taking effect in the back. The animal dropped the deer and turned and started toward them, when the other 6 poured a volley into its breast and it fell dead. About 3 hours after that, the Indians heard a noise like someone hallooing about a mile distant. Yahoo, Yahoo, Yahoo! The Indians felt the camp and called on the posse comitatus for protection, when a party of whites on horses, with all the dogs they could get, went in search of the other animal and found it. It was like the one the Indians killed, and they put the dogs after it. When the men appeared in sight, the animal would run, but it could whip every dog they could get after it. The party pursued it to the river, and at 2 jumps it went across the river over into Habersham County, and was shot by a party soon after it crossed the river. Here are 3 details to consider. Number 1, description of a humanoid creature. The animal in the account is not described as an ordinary beast, but something that straddles the line between human and animal. Its upright posture, height, around 7 feet, and full body hair all evoke a human-like silhouette, while details like claws and an oddly placed mouth give it a more monstrous quality. This combination reflects how people at the time interpreted the unknown, using familiar human traits as reference points while emphasizing the creature's otherness. It also aligns with a broader pattern in early American newspaper stories that reported wild men in remote and frontier regions. Number 2, repeated and deliberate behavior. The creature's actions suggest more than instinct. It repeatedly returns to the same campsite, steals deer in a consistent manner, and manages to avoid detection at first. This pattern implies a level of awareness, possibly even strategy, since it takes advantage of the hunter's absence and only reveals itself when closely observed. The fact that it inspires the hunters to leave a guard behind shows they interpreted the thefts as intentional, not random scavenging. In storytelling terms, this behavior elevates the creature from a simple predator to something more cunning and almost human in its habits. Number 3, escalation to a coordinated hunt. Once the creature is confirmed and one is killed, the response escalates quickly. What begins as a small hunting party's problem turns into a larger, organized effort involving both Native Americans and white settlers, along with dogs. This reflects how seriously such reports were taken, whether out of fear, curiosity, or the need to assert control over the wilderness. The dramatic chase, with the animal outrunning or overpowering dogs and leaping across a river, detail abilities outside the human realm. If you enjoyed this video, please select the subscribe button and don't forget to like this video so it will be shared with others. Please visit our website, www.bigfootnewsarchive.org, to view and download this newspaper article. We appreciate feedback and your thoughts. Please feel free to comment on this story. For Bigfoot News Archive, I'm Greta Sightings, bringing you the reports and letting history speak for itself.